Hello and good morning. And this is a balanced flow class with me, Bridget, and apparently Ella. This is Ella the dog. And we're going to practice this morning. It's Sunday morning, and this is my weekly flow that usually airs on Tuesday morning. I wonder how I'm going to take back control of my yoga mat so we can get started here. Sort of comical, so I'm letting it go. But anyway, let's come to a comfortable seat to begin. You might prop up your hips a bit with a cushion, or maybe even a block. And we'll start comfortable. Let's take a deep and full inhalation and a long and smooth exhale. Deep and full inhale, long and smooth exhale. One more deep and full inhale and exhale. Let's begin with 3 rounds of breath into sound of Om. Full inhale. Setting intention for this practice and this morning. And again, my intention for this practice is to be a balanced flow. And oftentimes in yoga, there are these different, or not in yoga, this isn't just yoga, this is the world. There are these different energies. And there's rajas, which is activity or movement or upward energy. And then there's tamas, which is laziness or downward energy or inertia. Those are the 2 energies. And typically the practice, what we're going for as practitioners is what's called sattva, or sometimes called balanced energy, sattvic energy or balanced energy, somewhere between the 2. But really the addition of rajas, activity, plus inertia doesn't bring the sama, the balance, the sattva. It actually, sattva, true balance, is its own entity. And so today we'll work on really getting some movement, some rajas, some cooling energy, some tamas, but then also finding our own inner balance, sama, which helps to cultivate sattva, which is true balance or purity or peace. Okay, so let's come all the way up to standing. Start in Tadasana, or samastitihi, equal standing pose. Now I'm again hoping just to get the real estate of my mat back organically. We'll see about that. So find your 2 big toes together and pull your shoulders back and a tall and lengthened spine. Let the arms hang down, please, and then close the eyes. Actively activate the legs and consider lengthening the breath. From here, let's take the arms out and up overhead. Take the 2 palms to touch at the top. Good. Now let's lift up onto the balls of the feet and draw the navel back. You can open your eyes. The advanced student closing the eyes will be a nice challenge. While we're on the balls of the feet, lower the heels and release the arms wide. Good. Let's do that again. Inhale. It's called a releve in dance. Lift the heels. Exhale, slowly lower. Good. Move with your breath. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, slowly lower. Good. Nice. Let's inhale, slide the right leg up. Externally rotate and place that foot for tree pose. Inhale, grow your branches high. Exhale, sway to your right. Inhale, center. Exhale, sway to your left. Inhale, center. Exhale, release that leg down. Go ahead and release the arms. And then second side. Inhale, take the leg up and grow the arms high. Pause here. And then exhale, sway to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, sway to the right. The wobbling is part of the practice. Inhale, center. Exhale, release. Let it go. Good. Find Samastitihi once again, equal standing pose. Close the eyes. Drop the shoulders. Let the tongue be a little bit heavy. Good. And then let's come to standing at the top of the mat. Ella, I'm wondering if you would be able to move so we can practice. Find your Tadasana at the top of the mat. Inhale, take the arms out and up. Exhale, lengthen, fold forward, out and down. So glad some of you guys got to make it this morning. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back. Downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Time to go. Okay, there we go. Downward facing dog. Dogs love yoga mats. I don't know what it is about them. Good. Stretching back. Good. Let's inhale, lift the heels, come forward to top of a push-up plank pose. Let's actually drop onto our forearms. This fine practice. Just go onto your forearms. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, lift the hips up and back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, roll back. Hips high, press into those elbows. Elbows down, forward. Inhale, forward. One more. Exhale, take it back. Good. Lower to the knees. Let's release the hips back towards the heels. Child's pose. Find a pause. Good. Inhale, come to hands and knees. And then let's sweep the right arm up and back. Exhale, feed the right arm and shoulder through. Find that, thread the needle. Good. And then today, we might take the right leg back behind us. Maybe even lift that right leg up, parallel to the ground. Exhale, release it down, the knee down. Left hand presses, inhale, rise up. Good, left arm out to the side. Exhale, left shoulder and ear through. Find that threading needle pose. And then maybe even left leg goes back behind us. And maybe float it parallel to the ground. Find your balance here. Just the right amount of effort to find the center. Exhale, release, and inhale, rise up. Beautiful. Tuck the toes under. Let's lift the hips up and back. Nice. little bit earlier practice. We've got some of our Colorado friends popping on. Maybe they're earlier on the internet than the California ones. Welcome. Let's inhale, send the right leg up and back. Exhale, let's draw the right foot forward to lunge. Good. We'll inhale, draw the heart forward. And exhale, sweep the arms back. Now in this flow, you're welcome to drop the left knee down to the mat as we do it. I'll demonstrate that one way the first time. Drop the back knee, inhale, rise up. Exhale, sweep the arms forward, the torso forward, and then back. Knee lifts up. Inhale. Exhale, swim those arms all the way. Good. Maybe the knee stays lifted now. Inhale. Exhale. Now move with your breath. Don't necessarily follow mine exactly because it might not be the right pace for you, but link the movement to the breath in a similar way. The inhale takes us up and the exhale melts us forward. Last one. And we'll release both hands down. Go ahead and step back downward facing dog. Notice the two sides. Inhale, left leg goes up and back. Exhale, let's step it through to the lunge. Come onto the fingertips. Find your balance point. Back knee starts lifted. Inhale, we draw the heart forward. Exhale, the arms sweep back. Good. Inhale, drop the knee, rise up. Exhale, sweep. Chest comes down. Inhale. Link the movement to your breath. Again, keeping the knee down the whole time might be a better choice for you. Move with your breath. In and out. Beautiful. Let's do two more. Good. Release the hands to the mat. Step all the way back to downward facing dog. Feel the two sides. Good. Now let's play with this here. So you're in dog pose. See about just lifting the right foot just an inch up off the mat. Let it go. Back down. And then lift the left foot just an inch or so off the mat. Place it back down. Good. Now let's do it with the hands. Inhale, lift the right hand just an inch or two. Release it back down. Inhale, lift the left hand just an inch or two. Try not to change a lot of other things about the practice, about the down dog. Release it back down. Nicely done. Full deep breath in here. Exhale out through the mouth. Maybe a bit of a sigh. Bend the knees, look past the hands. Step, walk, or float forward between the hands. That motion is hard. Have your blocks nearby. You can place the hands to the blocks. Let's inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Exhale, fold in. Good. Inhale, lengthen, let's rise, root to rise all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana, reach up overhead. Exhale, Samasthiti, equal standing pose. Good. So sometimes the flowing between the postures will help us to figure out our balance point a little bit more. So that's one of the points of this type of a practice, okay? And now let's do a little bit of standing flow. So stay with me if you can. You can have the blocks nearby for safety net as needed, you know, and we'll try it out. Okay. Take an inhale. Exhale, draw the right knee into the chest. Inhale here, reach arms up. Exhale, sweep forward. Stretch the leg back. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, kick back. Good. Inhale, rise up. You can bend the standing knee a little bit. Exhale, kick back. Good. One more. Inhale, rise up. And let's draw that knee into the chest. Give it a nice squeeze. Good. See if you can hold your foot. Either grab the peace fingers to the big toes or just hold the outer foot. Okay? And then kick the foot forward and pause. Lift your heart. Some might straighten the knee, not required. Some might take the leg out to the side. Lift the ankle higher, drop the outer hip. Gaze up. The knee could be bent. Stay with me. You could put your hand to a wall. Back to center. Inhale. Release the foot. Pause. Feel. 5, 4, 3, 2. Point the toes. 1. Exhale. Release. Beautiful. Nicely done. You might feel some warmth on that right side. Let's try the left side. Okay? Ready? Go. Standing in Tadasana. I'm just going to turn the other way. Draw the left knee into the chest. And then inhale, reach the arms up. We'll exhale, kick back, upper body down, heart forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, kick back. Now, it does not matter how it looks. All that we're looking for is movement linked with your breath. Exhale, come forward. And sensation. Okay? Inhale, rise up. So sometimes we lose people on the yoga practice because they think, oh no, I'm not flexible, or this is challenging, or even maybe this is boring, one more. But stay with it. Link the movement to your breath and see if it creates some ease in the body. Good. Let's hold the foot, bend the knee in. Hold the foot or peace fingers to the big toes. Lift your heart. Maybe hand to the wall would be fine. Don't worry about that. If you need a balance, hand to the wall is fine. Kind of shimmy around here. Good. Then let's kick the sole of the foot forward. Lift up. You could stay with that or kick the leg straight. Lift your heart. Some of us will take the foot out to the side. Drop the outer hip. Knee could still be bent. Purposely, want you guys to see the wobbling is part of the practice. Lift your heart. Come back to center. Kick forward. Release the hands. Lift up for 5, 4, 3, 2. Point the toes. And release. Nicely done. Give it a little shake out. And let's again come to standing top of the mat. Tadasana. Okay. So hopefully we've got a little bit of warmth. Let's take the big toes apart, feet apart about hips distance. Okay. Hands to the pelvis. Lift your chest, little back bend. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Good. Release the hands either towards the floor or towards the blocks if you've got yoga blocks or Harry Potter books. Let the head hang. Balancing with a little bit of surrender. All of that effort. Good. Inhale, let's lengthen the heart forward. Hands to the hips, elbows back. Root the heels, rise up. Good. Now we'll add on to our flow. Okay. Change my mat just a bit. Okay. So inhale, let's take the arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward, out and down. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step walker, float back to plank pose. From here, we'll have a strong body, strong mid-back. Exhale, slowly lower down towards the mat. Release the toes. Inhale, rise up to baby cobra. Exhale, release the forehead down to the mat. Maybe move those blocks out of the way. Inhale, rise up. Roll the shoulder heads back, shoulder blades forward into the body. Exhale, release. Good. One more. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, roll over the toes. Take it all the way back, downward dog. Good. Let's work with a little bit of standing poses now. Inhale, left leg goes up and back. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Back heel comes down. We'll reach the right arm forward and reach the left arm back. So we pause in this position here. Then we're going to do this as a flow today. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Exhale, take it to reverse. Right hand down, left arm up. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, windmill forward to that starting position. Navel draws forward. Good. Inhale, come warrior two. Exhale, take it back. Inhale and exhale. Now I trust you've got the flow, right? Go with your breath. Link the movement to your breath. If you're just popping on and you need to warm up a little bit, feel free to do that and then meet us when you're ready. Good. Let's do one more full flow. Exhale, both hands come down. Let's lift the back heel up. Good. Pause there and let the pelvis lower a little bit. Gaze forward. Good. And then exhale, simply step back, downward facing dog. Actively press down forward through the feet. Actively spread your toes. Actively press, actually, I said down forward through your feet. I meant down forward through your hands. Up and back through your hips. Spreading your toes. Good. And then we'll prepare for second side. Okay. Inhale, right leg goes up and back. Exhale, step it through, right between the hands. Back heel comes down. And then we'll rise right arm back, left arm forward. I'm going to turn away from you guys for a moment. We'll inhale, warrior two. Exhale, take it to reverse. Good. Move with your breath. Try to keep a nice deep bend in the front knee as we move in and out through the upper body and the breath. Try to keep the pelvis relatively stable there. No need to rush. Let's do one more full flow. And we exhale, both hands down to the mat. Lift the back heel, pause. Lift the hips just a little, and then lower the hips just a little. And then as we exhale, take it all the way back, downward facing dog. So the yoga practice will help us find sama, balance, in a lot of our other activities. So if you're an athlete or any sport, like you like to do golf or water ski or baseball. I don't know a lot of adults that are playing baseball these days, but maybe softball, lift it up and back. This will help with any physical activity. It'll also help with our visual acuity for fine detail and art. Inhale, come forward to plank pose. When we find sama, balance, on the mat, we can also help find sama, balance off the mat. Good. Let's exhale, lower to the knees, and then lower all the way down to the belly. Good. Rest the forehead. Lift each leg up, send an extra inch back. Let's take the arms wide today. And then we'll inhale, lift the head, the chest, and the arms up. And then let's go ahead and lift the legs up too. Also. And simply breathe. Pelvis and low ribs are down, but everything else is lifting, lifting, lifting up here as much as you can. Good. Let's set the hands down. Now pull the elbow tips back. Start to inhale, lift up a little higher through the chest. Slowly the legs will go down. Exhale, release all the way down. Good. Rest one cheek to the mat. Let's just simply rest. Good. Let's take one more set. Very similarly, legs go up and back. Let's take the arms wide, airplane arms. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your head, lift your feet and your inner thighs. So only the belly and the low ribs are down. Try to lift everything else up, even those top thighs. Breathe, breathe. Do the best you can. Be gentle on your body energetically, meaning don't judge where it is or isn't going. Just let it be. Good. Breathe, breathe. Hands come down. Elbow tips back. Let's inhale, lift a little higher, a little higher, a little higher. Eventually, like a teeter-totter, the feet go down. Beautiful. And exhale, we release. Look to the other cheek. Pause. Good. When you're ready, hands and knees, and then we'll take it all the way back to down dog. Lift up and back. Good. You can always lift the heels and bend the knees in down dog. If you got low back stuff going on, lift the knees, bend the heels will be really good for that, typically. Good. Then let's just walk the hands this time back towards the feet to the back of the mat and hang in forward fold. Again, if you got low back stuff going on, the knees bending might be much more conducive to you being in this pose. Hands could go to the blocks or even rest on the wall. Good. Inhale, let's rise all the way up. Hands just come up. We unfurl the spine right to vertical. Good. Now we'll do a pose sometimes called Warrior 3. And in this sequence, I've heard it called Balancing Stick Pose. So we'll come from the back of our mat. Or if you have no mat, just simply the back of your space. We'll step the left foot forward and lift the right leg up just a little bit. Go ahead and kick those toes back. Inhale here. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, rise up. And then step to the back of your mat. Good. And then second side, right foot steps forward. Toes lift just off in the back foot. Inhale here. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up. And then exhale, step back. Good. Now we did that with the hands at the heart. That's going to be typically a little more comfortable, a little more easeful. But you could also try it with the arms reaching up. Interlace the fingers, release the index fingers. Left foot steps forward. Inhale and exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. And step all the way back. Good. Right foot steps forward. Lift the heart, body down, leg up. Inhale, rise. And a big step back. Good. Let's do each side one more time. Big giant step forward, left foot. Body down, leg up. Do what you can. Inhale, rise, and then step back. Good. Right foot steps. We rise up. We step back. Release the arms. Pause, feel. Energetically, the center of balance, well, it can be considered to be different places in the body, but definitely the spine is a huge part of that equation. So see about closing the eyes and just noticing that midline, that center, the spine. Okay, and then let's do a little bit of lateral work here. Take the right hand to the hip. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, go up and over. Good. Inhale, rise up. And then switch. And we go up and over. Go back and forth. Test your edge. Good. The next time we go up and over to the right, can we float that left foot off the mat? Back to center. And then switch sides. So just when you think you have the balance, the sama in life, pardon my expression, but the shit gets thrown off, right? It's not like we find balance and then it's just like balance from there on out and sattvic, peaceful. It's like there's another thing to deal with. So maybe that foot lifting is the thing at this moment to help teach us that. Good. Nice. Release. Come back to center. Beautiful. All right, we'll come to the top of the mat and do a little bit more flow. Okay? Inhale, take the arms, reach out and up. Gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step walker, float back to plank pose and lower through. Inhale, lift the chest. Roll over the toes. Open heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. We'll start with the left side. Inhale, left leg reaches up. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, rise up. Warrior two. Windmill those arms just like we did. And arrive. Nice, deep warrior two. Fingers spreading. Good. Neither leaning forward nor back, but right in the middle. Okay. Maybe the gaze goes forward. Good. And then from there, let's transfer it to side angle. Elbow can come to the knee, or if you've got a yoga block, grab the yoga block, place the hand on the block, take the top arm up and over. 5 breaths here. Good. Inhale, straighten the front knee. Same pose. 5 breaths. I mean, not the same pose, but everything else the same. Let's just straighten the front knee. Triangle variation. Take the top arm, reach up and over. If the top shoulder is bothering at all, do a little swing forward and then reach up over. Good. And then from here, stay with me. Take the top arm, reach it to the hip. Bend the front knee. Good. And we're going to slide forward, go into half moon. Good. And then we're going to go in and out of this today, of course, because that's what we're doing. We're going to go from warrior two and back to reverse, forward, hand to the block, and slide it into half moon. Lift the back leg. Now you don't have to lift the back leg all the way up. It could be down a little bit lower to help with balance. Stepping in and out of the pose. With very little support from earth. Now, if you're more advanced, you've been practicing a lot, you might even not need the lower hand onto the mat or the block. Okay, so you could do it without. Just test yourself. Good, we're gonna go 2 more, in and out of the pose, in and out of this half moon position. I wonder if you guys saw the moon last night. Here, the moon was like, it was like an October moon. It was really kind of orangish. I wonder if it was that way all over the place. You can put a message in the comments later and let us know if it was like that where you are. Last one. Good. And then we'll release all the way down, back. Maybe move from plank to Chaturanga. Maybe simply meet in down dog. Good. Exhale, take it back. Nice. Let's take lion's breath here. So full deep inhalation. Exhale out through the mouth. Stick out the tongue. Nice roar. Good. 2 more on your own pace. Lion's breath. Good. Let's do second side. Inhale, right leg goes up and back. Exhale, right foot steps forward. We'll start in warrior 2. Rise all the way up. Windmill those arms like we began. Set your pace in the middle. So pelvis, hips aligned. Perhaps the gaze goes forward. From here, we'll reach forward. Extended side angle pose. Maybe the hand to the block. Top arm can go up and over. 5 breaths. Make it simple, meaning don't sweat the small stuff here. Just find yourself in the pose. Top shoulder has any aggravation about this reach, you can always swim it forward and back. Find a little space. Good. And then the next inhale, let's slowly straighten the front knee. You might transition that front hand behind the shin now to the block. Everything else stays the same. So we went from here, the bent knee, simply to a straight knee. Good. Listening carefully, we'll take the hand to the hip. And then we'll rise up. Okay, we're going to do that same transition we did before. Okay, so inhale, exhale into triangle, bend the knee, slide the block hand forward or hand on the mat, and then lift up, half moon. And then we'll slide it slowly back. Come all the way up and into reverse warrior. So you did the first side and you already know. So go at your own pace. In and out. And if you're just joining, when class finishes, you'll be able to go back through the beginning. Make sure you warm up a little bit if you need to. I like to do a couple cat-cows before moving into standing poses typically. Good. Now, those of you that have been practicing a lot, you might not need the lower hand onto the block or even onto the earth at all. Play with that. Good, let's do one more final set. Hopefully that'll be the same number between each side. And then release the hands all the way down, windmilling them to the earth. Step back to plank pose. Slowly lower. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale over the toes, downward facing dog. Good. How's your heart rate? Check in. Let's all take a child's pose. Check in there. Good. Let's walk the hands in and inhale, roll up. So what I find is once we establish that center line and that balance point, that we don't necessarily need to be in the challenge of the physical balance to then look for that sama or that balance, or maybe even that sattva or the purity or the really bliss point, okay, of the pose or maybe even of life, right? So we've now cultivated this inner work to find the balance, right? So now if we do anything, we can feel that as we go. So let's try it out. For example, let's take left foot forward, right knee back. Okay, so low lunge. Back knee is down, so I wouldn't necessarily call this a balancing pose. Okay, we'll just take the knee down, take the hands to the heart. And look for just the right amount, sometimes called the Goldilocks amount, of lowering the hips and lifting the rib cage, okay, and lifting the heart. And you might stay with it here or take the arms up and roll the gaze point up. And this might be plenty for you, or stay with me, you might bend the back knee, reach back, find the foot, and work that balance with a little bit more integration of that back leg. Ooh-wee. Okay. Heel comes in, gaze goes up. There's a few other variations out there. You can play with those if you know them. Good. Lift up. Be where you are. Find your center. Full deep breath. Good. Slowly release. Let that foot go if you've got it. Let's all release the hands to the mat. Good. Lift the back knee up. Now plant the hands completely down. Good. Navel draws in. Find your core. Hips lift up a little bit. Now, can we lift the right foot just up off the mat just a little bit? A little bit more, and then take it all the way back to down dog. I have to share with you guys, my yoga mat right now is basically like a sandbox. 2 reasons. 1, doing yoga on the beach yesterday. Okay, and then 2, the dog laying on it. It's just like total sandbox. Anyway, just had to tell you that for some reason. Let's do second side. Doesn't feel very balanced to have that sandbox on the yoga mat. Right knee comes down, or right foot comes forward, left knee comes down. Come on up. Nice deep bend in the front knee. Okay. Now you might find the balance point here and stay with that. Or hands might come to the heart. Maybe close the eyes. Wherever you are, find your edge. And today, the edge might be different than yesterday. And tomorrow, that might be different than today. It's always ever changing. Recently, I had like some low back pain going on, and it felt like my spine would never move again. And then, already it's changed. It's always changing. So wherever you are at today, we start with it there and find the sama for now. And find the inner peace about it. Good. Breathe, breathe. Good. You might stay with this or bend the back knee, reach back. One hand or both. Heel comes into the glute. Lift your heart. Good. Gradually release as you're ready. Hands come down. Good. Back knee lifts up. Can we plant the hands completely? Now, if you have blocks nearby or Harry Potter books, you can practice hands to the blocks. Navel draws up, hips lift up a little, then the foot lifts. Then we step it back, downward facing dog. Those blocks can move out of the way. Good. Let's lower to the knees and then swing the feet all the way up and around. Let's come on to the back, please. Knees bent. Roll on down to the back. Walk the feet in a little bit towards the glutes. So you're about fingers, you can almost feel your heels with your fingers if your arms are straight here. That's good for most bodies. If you're a beginner, feet can go a little bit further away from your hands. Okay, let's practice this as a flow. So take a full deep inhale, full exhale. Inhale, lift the pelvis. And take the arms up overhead. Lift the heels. Exhale, roll down from top to bottom. Arms come back down. Good. And this one you can do at your own pace completely. It's an inhale to lift. Arms come over. Lift the heels. And as we exhale, lower. If you've done this before, go at your own pace. Or if you've got it from those two, just lift and lower at your pace. See if we can find a pause at both the top and the bottom of the breath. Good. And the next time you rise up with bridge pose, let's keep the hips lifted and keep the arms by the sides. Breathe here in bridge. Root the heels. Maybe take those great Lego arms, bending at the elbows, walking the shoulder blades, shoulder heads down towards the mat, shoulder blades into the back of your heart, and lift a little higher. A little more free with the breath in the top chest. Good. And if you're still with me on this and you got it in you, let's draw the right knee into the chest and kick that right foot up to the sky. Good. Right foot lands. Reestablish center. Left knee comes into the chest. And we kick it up to the sky, the foot. Good. That foot lands. Find the center. Reach the arms up over. Lift the heels. Roll down. Beautiful. As we roll down, let's take the soles of the feet together and the knees wide apart. Go ahead and take the arms into goalpost or goddess arms. Pause, feel. Breathe into the low belly and then wrap the breath all the way up into the top chest. So I think of it as like a wave coming up to shore, which is now the throat, and then receding back. In and out with the breath. Good, and let's draw the knees towards each other and grab and draw the knees into the chest. Give them a little squeeze and a gentle rock side to side. Let's sweep the right arm up over the ear and roll to that same side. And let's come all the way up to a seat. Great, wonderful. So find a little bit of a lift. So if you have a blanket or cushion, and grab that lift. Cool, and sit up a little. Okay, so we'll do a twist. So left leg comes underneath, right leg comes up and over. Okay, the modification would be let this left leg come forward, especially if the pelvis isn't neutral as you come into the twist with the legs like so. Okay, And then let's just hold the front shin and see about getting taller through the spine, so more lifted through the lower back. And then we'll inhale, right arm comes up. Exhale it behind the back for a kickstand. Inhale, left arm comes up. And then go ahead and hug that elbow like a clothes hanger into the knee. And turn to the right. You might start to soften the gaze. Now, if you're feeling very comfortable here, you might inhale the left arm up again and take the left upper arm bone to the outer thigh. Continuing that twist. Good. De-rotate the head, look over the left shoulder. Keep the twist. Good. And release. From there, let's bend. If you had the left leg straight, let's bend that knee, but then extend, take the shin to parallel to the front edge of your mat. Bend the other knee and parallel both the shins. So we come into fire log pose. Now, this pose might be like crazy too much for your hip joints. If you have hip joint troubles at all, you might do here with the left foot on the mat. Otherwise, let's go for fire log pose. Ankles and knees stacked. Let's take the hands down to the mat and lift your heart. Good, and let's actually take it forward a little bit. So can we lean forward? Walk the hands out in front if that's available. Itsy bitsy spider, crawl the fingers forward. Okay, and then from there, maybe draw the elbows back a little bit. And so we do a little bit of what's called Bhujangasana action or cobra action. So if elbows come against the shin and we draw the heart forward. Probably feeling it in the outer hips. That's kind of the idea. Good. And then we'll walk it back up. Nicely done. Let's release all of that. Let's take the feet down to the mat and just shimmy the shins a little bit side to side. Good. And then we'll do second side. Let's see. Right leg comes underneath, left leg comes up and over. Okay, you can be on your lift. I'm on a little blanket. Okay, maybe the right leg comes forward for those of us, wanting to get more balance in the pelvis and the hips a little bit more challenged in this seated postures. Okay, and then inhale, left arm comes up. Exhale it behind the back. Inhale, right arm comes up. And let's go ahead and hug in. Returning. Good, and then either stay with that or right arm comes up and we can come to the outside of the leg. Good, and then from there, de-rotate the head, look forward. And then release, unwind. So we might uncross and come to this figure 4 position right here. Or come right into the fire log, stacking ankles and knees. Sit up nice and tall. Good, and then from there, a little lean forward. Perhaps crawl the fingers out. Good, and then forearms might root against the shin, and then we take a little bit of Bhujangasana action, a little bit of cobra action. Heart forward, notice those outer hips. Notice whatever is, not necessarily the outer hips, but whatever is. Good. Inhale, rise back up. Let's take unwind, release. Soles of the feet down. We'll just shimmy the shins a little bit side to side. Good. And then we'll send both legs forward. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, take both arms, reach up. And then let's tilt forward. Tilt the pelvis forward and just release the hands down. So I'm in a V shape, okay? So I'm not in a rounded shape right now, just a V shape. Inner thighs root down, outer rib cage lifts up. Good, and you might stay with this or bend the knees, fold forward in like a W shape, or start to come forward a little bit more in the V shape with the legs extended. Start to soften the gaze. Good, and then inhale, rise up. Beautiful. Let's bend the knees and come all the way down to the back. So, if you have that blanket, it can be just very nice to take the blanket underneath the knees. And then we'll come all the way to rest, to Savasana. Now, with Savasana online, you can always stay as long as you want, meaning that we'll take a 3-4 minute Savasana together. But if you want to stay for longer, you always can. Okay? Of course, just turn the screen off and be there. As we come to the back, let's take a deep inhale. Arrive. Exhale. Good. The balance and the sama and the sattva, the purity, is often what is behind the chatter of the mind and the waves of the emotion. Behind all that is the pure bliss. All we have to do is get out of its way. Go ahead and deepen your breath. And gently coming back to the space. And lightly touch the tips of each finger to the thumb. Lightly clench the hands. Rotate wrists and ankles. And as we exhale, draw the knees in. Give them a little squeeze. And roll to the side. Come around and up to a comfortable seat. Let's close with one round of Om to seal our practice. Pull a deep inhale. Exhale completely. Inhale to Om. Thank you for arriving, popping on today to practice. Namaste. So, yeah, thank you for being here. Again, this class will stay posted as my Tuesday class this week. And it'll also hopefully get loaded to my YouTube channel, tech willing, because I've been having some issues with that. But it's so lovely to see you guys pop on, and I know some people pop on and off, but it's always just so lovely to see, and you can always come back to these classes and watch them if you need motivation for practicing at home. That's really the whole idea. And I don't know who ends up for sure practicing, but when I see you guys pop on from as far away as Europe and the East Coast and Hawaii and all these places, it is so cool because I imagine us all being able to be together in that way. Colorado, Michigan. Anyway, so thanks for being here. If you're local, or even if you're not local, the studio I teach at in Los Gatos in California, it has tons of online yoga right now. So we do Zoom classes where you actually have a teacher in live with you, and I do that twice a week. And so anyone from anywhere now can join that, and we're really building a larger platform. So if you want more information or to start, you can do a 3-week pass for $49, which is a really great deal for yoga, and check it out yourself. And otherwise, if you're local to Santa Cruz, I'm teaching live on the beach in the mornings on Saturdays. So once a week on Saturdays, anyone's invited. And yeah, in the meantime, be well. Glad you're here. And yeah, okay, have a great day. Happy Sunday. We're going off to the Eastern Sierras for a few days, so I'll be offline. But I'll be in touch when we get back.